Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Welcome to the 7th instalment of the Life on the Railway. Quite obviously, if you haven't watched parts 1 to 6, I suggest you do. Remember to like, share and subscribe as well. So, here we go. This time we're going to be looking at signals, and the story starts with on the roads, coaches and carts could overtake and manoeuvre around each other, but trains all had to use the same constricting track. So railway companies were faced with the problem of how to avoid collisions. The first answer to this challenge was introduced on the Liverpool and Manchester Railway. They issued a ruling stating that there must be a 10-minute gap between one train and the next, and this gap had to be maintained by the railway police using hand signals or waving flags. This was slightly improved by hanging lamps on posts, a white light for go ahead and a red light to stop. This involved the signalman climbing to the top of the pole, changing the white light to red when a train went past and turning up again 10 minutes later to change it back to white. This was not very satisfactory. By the 1840s, the first mechanical signals had been introduced, and the first signalman was perched on a raised platform out in the open, using a lever to work the signals, but still relying on the time gap to control movement. The other problem facing the signalman was that he did not know what was going on further along the line. This was solved for the first time in 1838, when the GWR, known as Great Western Railway, introduced an electric telegraph between Paddington and West Drayton in Middlesex. The idea soon spread, and the next big improvement came in 1844 on the Yarmouth and Norwich line, which saw the introduction of a system that separated trains spatially instead of by time. The line was divided up into blocks, each controlled by one signalman. No one train could enter a block until the previous train had cleared it. The basis of the modern system was now in place. A signalman in his box would receive messages from others down the line by means of a coded system of bells sent by the telegraph. Through levers in the box attached by wires and pulleys to the signals themselves, he would control all the signals in his block, and later this was extended to controlling points. It was hard work in the early days. It required considerable effort to move a distant signal and shift points, though the job was eased in later years with the introduction of hydraulic systems. The signalman's job was lonely but carried great responsibility. It also had its rewards. There was a rapport between train crew and signalman. A friendly wave as a train went past was not just a way of making human contact, it reassured the crew that the man in the box had not seen anything amiss as they went by. When night time came, the driver still needed to be able to see the signals, so a system was developed that involved introducing coloured glass in the end of the familiar semaphore signal and placing a lantern behind it. If, for example, the signal was moved to stop, the red glass would be shifted to appear in front of the lantern. One of the more tedious jobs was that of the lampman, or more often boy, who had to refill the oil lamps every day, trudging for long distances down the track to climb up and down every signal. Interesting fact to finish this video, the telegraph system found a new use in 1845 when a woman was murdered in Slough. The suspect had been boarding a train for Paddington. The news was telegraphed ahead and the man was arrested, tried and executed. And there you have it, there's the end of part 7 of the series of Life on the Railway. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for your support, and until part 8, goodbye for now.